Hallo zusammen. Welcome to the third episode of Ask a German, where I'm gonna respond to your comments. I'm gonna answer your questions that you wrote in the comments down below. And without further ado, let's go. Bryce Diffley 7502 says, I understand enough German to know what the lyrics actually say. It's not what they put in the English notes. I think they were screwing with an American audience. Was it a way to mock ignorant Americans? First of all, Bryce, thank you very much for asking that question. And it's related to my video about the Rammstein song Du hast. You have, that is, right? Or not? Or maybe it's not the entire truth. Maybe there's more to it. Können Sie Wahrheit und Lüge voneinander unterscheiden? Well, Bryce, you're not really wrong there. The thing is, though, this is a very specific case of ambiguity. And it's very hard to translate that linguistic, that semantic ambiguity of du hast to English without losing one of the possible ways to interpret this or to comprehend this, right? Du hast in written form is totally clear. It's not ambiguous at all, right? It's you have with hast with one S. However, it becomes tricky when you just hear it, and especially when you don't really know the context yet. So it either is du hast, you have got, that is, right? Or you could also comprehend it as you hate, du hast. In that sense, it would be hast with two S. Hast and hast are homophones. They sound exactly the same, even though they are spelled different, and even though, depending on the spelling and the context, of course, they mean something completely different. It works so well in the specific context of the song and what it really talks about. I think going with you hate in the context of the song, it's the better choice, but that's just my assumption. Of course, I don't know for sure. So if you want to find out more about the entire song and all the lyrics translated to English and what they mean, what is interesting about them, check out the video. ADHD Self-Love says, oh yes, I'm very familiar with the lyrics meaning, as I'm so of the 90s. High school German lyrics and the hilariousness of this song were an impeccable combination. However, the language breakdown from you is something with which I had no experience, so thank you. Now I basically feel like Keanu Reeves at the Game Awards, like, you're breathtaking. What I mean is, I want to thank you for saying something so kind. Awesome. On a side note, and that is what I wholeheartedly believe in, especially in these days. It's important to discuss negative things here and there and to make up your mind about things, of course. But we should not forget to spread good vibes and positivity every now and then. So thank you very much. I do appreciate something like that. ADHD Self-Love refers to the Tool song Die Eier von Satan, which is very, very interesting. Of course, they are playing with you guys, not really speaking or understanding German that well. It sounds like a Third Reich Nazi speech in a way. Die Eier von Satan by Tool translates to the eggs of Satan. I don't want to give away the twist really, because of course I would like you to watch the video where I really translate the entire German lyrics and highlight certain interesting linguistic features. It sounds very harsh, but the meaning actually couldn't be farther from it in typical Tool fashion, in a way. Okay, so, well, the thing with this video series in specific is that I'm gonna be butchering so many usernames, including this one probably. I'm sorry. This is Gil Halle, Jill Halle, Jill Haley, Gil Haley, 9226, 9226, I don't know. Anyway, they say, excellent video, and yes, Verspätung is sadly a crucial word when navigating German trains. Well done. Danke, sir. Well, Jill, thank you very much for commenting on that and for watching my video, or my videos even, I don't know. This was related to a video that I made about going by train in Germany, and yes, it's a painful topic to talk about as a German. The train infrastructure in Germany is the opposite of optimized, and that is also where that term comes from, which is die Verspätung, singular, die Verspätungen, plural, the delay. If you want to go by train, or if you need to go by train, take your time, book in advance. To be fair though, in recent years there have been multiple Baustellen, die Baustelle, singular, die Baustellen, Plural, and die Streckensperrung, Singular, die Streckensperrungen, Plural, especially in recent weeks also, where a really important Strecke, die Strecke that is, the route, was totally blocked for construction work. To be frank though, there is a problem with German public transport in its entirety in Germany, especially when it comes to rural areas. You may have a bus, but it may just come once a day, like in the early morning for school, students and pupils, and maybe like coming back from school. That's about it. If you're living in rural German areas, like really like countryside, you rely on having a car to be mobile, to get around. And that sucks. Not just, but especially, of course, for elders or people that aren't so mobile. I hope that this will improve heavily because it really needs to. Keep your thumbs pressed, which is the German equivalent to say, to keep your fingers crossed, by the way. Thank you very much for watching. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. Definitely.